Hello and welcome to Wagner's Tech Talk. Today we're going to take a look at the Auzai Portable Monitor. This monitor is super thin, 10 millimeters at its thickest. It has stereo speakers and supports connectivity to all kinds of devices, either with the HDMI cable or USB-C. We'll put it through its paces with a number of devices in this video. Let's get started. Let's take a look at the features of the Auzai monitor. It's a 15.6 1080p full HD IPS panel. It is thin and lightweight, and I mean it's really thin. It supports HDR, it includes a protective case and a screen protector. It's got mini HDMI and USB Type-C for the inputs, USB Type-C for the power input. It has a 3.5mm audio jack, stereo speakers, and a menu button, which is a rocker type, and the power button is also the return button. Alright, let's go ahead and unbox the Auzai monitor. On the back of the box, you can check out the specifications. Let's see if there's anything interesting here that I haven't already mentioned. I think the aspect ratio is incorrect on the box. It should be a 16:9 aspect ratio at 1920 by 1080. So now we'll go ahead and open up the packaging and check this monitor out. On the top you have a protective screen cover, and then you have a manual. Let's take a quick look at the manual. Here's all the items that are in the box: the USB-C to USB-A, USB-C to USB-C. One thing that is not in the box that we'll cover is a power adapter, so there's a little bit of information I want to give you there. Also, you can connect up a Nintendo Switch and connecting up other HDMI devices, which is what we're going to focus on primarily in this video. Okay, so now here's the monitor. Before we open that up, let's go ahead and take a look at the cables that come with it. It includes a decent screen cleaning cloth. I used it a couple of times. And let's see, the cable here is a USB Type A to USB Type C. And here's the mini HDMI to HDMI cable. Very cool. And this one is a USB-C to USB-C. Let's go ahead and open up the packaging for the monitor itself. Man, this thing is so light, guys. It is very light. You just fold it out and you can put the screen cover on if you want to. If you do, I highly recommend you wear gloves to begin with. I didn't, and I kind of messed mine up a little bit. One thing I want to mention is the screen itself attaches to the cover using magnets, so you can easily remove the monitor from the case. On the left-hand side of the monitor, you have your 3.5mm audio jack, your menu control, and your power or back button. On the right side of the monitor, you have your power, your USB-C transfer, and your HDMI or mini HDMI input. I can't stress how light this monitor is. It is extremely light. It's easily stowable in your backpack or laptop bag. Not a problem on trips. You won't even recognize that it's there. The package didn't include the 5V 3A wall charger, so I'll put a link down below. You will need that in order to power the monitor properly. All of mine were 2.5 amps, which won't work. So anyway, we'll plug in the power, and now we'll plug in the mini HDMI. I also want to let you know that I've been using this monitor for a couple of weeks for various videos and using it with my HDMI Cloner Box Pro, and it's been working great. Aside from the power that I mentioned, I've had zero issues with the monitor. Alright, let me show you quickly about the menu here. If you press the little toggle button here inward, you can go in and make any adjustments that you want to make as far as the brightness, the color settings. You can go into the audio, other settings for your aspect or HDR, enabling that. You can go to your input source, change it to Type-C or HDMI. It's very configurable. One of the first devices I wanted to try out was the Raspberry Pi 4 running RETROPIE. So we went ahead and plugged up the HDMI cable and went into RETROPIE and selected a game. In this case, I'm playing Aliens from 1990, made by Konami. It's a pretty cool game. As you can tell, the graphics are a little bit retro, but the colors are vibrant. The screen looks beautiful. Then I thought we'd switch over to Gran Turismo on the Raspberry Pi 4, running RETROPIE. I love this game. I'm not very good at it, but I have a lot of fun playing it. Now we're switching over to the RG350, or Retro Game 350. There was an update recently that allows you to use the HDMI output, so I'm taking advantage of that in this video. And playing Space Ace. I'll put a link up above if you're interested in seeing how I set this up in more detail. I also have a video on how to set up the game itself, so feel free to check that out. Next, I thought we'd try out some other devices using this Isotect 3-in-1 HDMI adapter. Basically, it allows you to connect up Lightning, micro USB, and Type-C devices. So you plug the USB-A into the power, then you have micro USB, your Lightning connector for your iOS devices, and you just plug it in on top of the micro USB connection. Also, it has USB-C, so it's a pretty handy adapter to have. I'll put a link in the description below. I did have to apply a firmware update when I first plugged it in. It's been a little while. And we hooked it up to my son's iPhone 8 Plus, and he was playing a game, and it looks great. I'll let him tell you what he thinks of it here in just a second. Alright, so how does the delay look? Is there any delay?
No.
Huh?
No.
No? Zero delay. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
And then he went on to try, I believe this is Battle Royale on his iPad. It's a game he loves playing. I thought it'd be cool to connect the Google Chromecast Ultra up to the monitor so I can watch my son playing Echo VR. And again, the graphics, the colors, everything looks gorgeous. Everything's smooth. Of course, it's connected wirelessly over to the Oculus Quest, so there might be a little bit of delay here and there, but I can't see it myself. I think it looks great, and I get to watch my son play the game easily, and I can take this anywhere I want. I also connected the Auzai monitor to this inexpensive Evo laptop. It's a sub $100 laptop, and it performed well. It looked great. Actually, the screen was way better on the monitor than it was on the display that comes with the laptop. If you're looking for a portable solution for a dual monitor configuration to your laptop, then this is certainly a great choice. I like it. I hope you enjoyed this look at the Auzai monitor. If you're wanting to play your games on the go, or even your work on the go, then the Auzai monitor is certainly a great choice. Don't forget to pick up that 3-amp power adapter if you don't have one already, and I'll also put a link for it down below, as well as the adapters that I used for connecting the iPhone, iPad, and all that other stuff. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it enlightening. If you did, please click the like button. If you want to see more from Wagner's Tech Talk, please click the subscribe. And with that, I shall talk to you very soon.